rarest of shrines. They're rare places where people report apparitions of the Virgin Mary. The entire world, only a handful of these spots are officially recognized by the church.
Places like Lourdes in France or Fatima in Portugal are famous examples. But as Julian Cruz tells you, the faithful are now flocking to Wisconsin.
In the cornfields of northeast Wisconsin, about a 4-hour drive from Chicago, they arrive by the busloads, Catholics from across the country and around the world, making a pilgrimage to a humble chapel in the small town of Champion, a place that's become a major destination now that the church made the announcement. After a 2-year investigation led by a team of theologians, the local bishop determined that a long-ago apparition of the Virgin Mary and the events that happened here are authentic. The joy is unmistakable, young and old reveling in the radiance of what they believe to be a divine encounter. Walk down into the crypt to the very spot where the apparition is said to have appeared, and you'll see a statue of the Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus. Those who come to pray at the shrine of Our Lady of Good Help say that the experience changes them forever.
It's hard to describe what you're really feeling because it's really different, you know. I've never experienced anything like that one before.
When you pray in front of the Blessed Mother, it's like she's looking right at you.
It's pretty cool just to think that you were in the spot where this happened.
As is so often the case, Catholics will tell you, the apparition appeared to an innocent young girl. Adele Bryce was a Belgian immigrant just over 150 years ago on the untamed frontier of Wisconsin. In 3 mystical encounters, Bryce reported seeing a dazzling figure in a flowing white robe with a crown of stars around her head. Bryce said the apparition identified herself as the Queen of Heaven, and she urged Bryce to gather the children in this wild country to teach them the faith. And from that point on, Bryce dedicated her life to teaching the young immigrant children of what was known as the Belgian colony.
She went door to door for a number of years, offering to do household chores in exchange for the privilege of teaching these children the faith.
Whether you believe in the apparitions or not is a matter of faith, but local historians say there's no denying a series of mystifying events that happened on the night of October 8th, 1871. In an eerie coincidence, the exact same day as the Great Chicago Fire, a more fearsome calamity struck Wisconsin. The terrible Peshtigo fire consumed more than 1,000 square miles of wilderness, claiming 2,500 lives, the deadliest forest fire in U.S. history. But in the face of tragedy, Catholics believe that the Virgin extended her hand of mercy. With the inferno bearing down on her terrified flock, families fled to the chapel in a desperate attempt to escape the heat and smoke. Adele led the faithful in fervent prayer to Mary as death drew near.
The fire came right up to the fence, right up to the perimeter of the property, snuffed itself out, and a rain came.
Locals long remembered that miraculous night, quietly visiting the shrine, recounting the story of the apparition. But officially, at least, Adele's encounter was never formally recognized, until now. With blessings from Rome, the bishop made his formal decree, making the shrine the only recognized apparition site in the United States. Julian Cruz, WGN News.
Coming up, Steve Jobs told him, don't make